Hey, welcome to day number 5 of what was originally going to be 25 top tips for Ecamm on Advent or during Advent, and it's going to pivot slightly because Alec Johnson is doing something almost identical to that. So I am going to be doing 25 days or the remaining days of Advent, all in all, just as an experiment and for me to learn a little bit about tool video. It's not something I ever thought I'd really be doing, but I want to try and make the most of this tiny little screen space that we have available to us. There's a lovely little grid available on Anna and Fulgen's site, which will show you the safe area for all platforms. So essentially that is the box that we have here around me, this bit here. But I've been having a look at other stuff that's going on when I go have a look at the videos and play them back, for instance in the Facebook group, but on my phone, and I've noticed a few things. So to start with, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause this movie here while it's going in a loop. So let's just pause that for a second, and I'm going to take you through a few things which I have sort of found out as I go along, because it's all pretty new to me. So I'm going to use my wonderful pointer here, and just in case you were wondering, it's nothing complicated. That's just a overlay of a picture of an arrow that I'm moving around on the screen, and it was just easier than using Pro Mouse or lots of the other things that were around the place. So the safe zone is the center area here that I am in for all platforms. Now in LinkedIn, the interesting thing is there's a lot more space, so you can use some more space down here. So I'm going to be experimenting with that as well. But what I had noticed is when I look back at the recordings in the Facebook group on my phone, that down this side here, there's a whole load of icons that are appearing on the playback, and they will get in the way of everything that you're trying to do. And then up in the top corners here, you've got the time in one corner, I think, and your battery level indicators and Wi-Fi indicators in another there as well, and maybe a search icon or something like that about here and here. So these areas up in this top corners are no good, but I did seem to see that there was a blank area at the top, so I've just stuck a little bit of branding in there, and I moved my branding at the sides as well, because this one on the right hand side here was being covered up by icons, and when I had them a bit further up, they were getting covered up by like the search icon and things like that. But it looked to me like there's space from about here to here and here to here that you could put branding in. So trying that out, and I'm going to go back and have a look and see what that is all about. And then I've been experimenting with different bits and pieces in the middle here as well. So as you've seen, I've got a little overlay going on, which is an animated loop to sort of, I guess it's a kind of a fake Instagram type post, so it's just a little animated loop as an overlay. But I've done a couple of things to it. Now it's hard for me to show you live demo mode when I'm in vertical, so I'm going to have to work out ways to let you see what's going on. But I'm just going to turn some layers on and off to let you see what's happening in this bit at the front here. So that is, as I say, a little square animated overlay. So square runs round here. So that's the square animated overlay. But if I come down and look at some of the settings on that square, I have actually set green screen mode on that animated overlay. So what if I go back to normal? Suddenly you can see the area that I've put as green screen within my square animated overlay. So square animated overlay, but just a green screen top half to that. Now the reason for that is, as soon as I set the blend mode back to non-green screen, or rather to green screen, then suddenly my camera is going to appear, because my camera is sitting behind that area. So let's just move that over into the center, not quite in the center, and we'll just lock that there. So that's one bit of me using just a little bit of green screen so that I can have my camera sitting there and I can get the animated overlay running across my actual image itself. So if I just unlock it and play it again. So the green screen elements there are running over the top of my camera. So that allows me to have a sort of a see-through bit just there. So just let that pause. And another thing that I wanted to do as well, we've got a couple of tickers going on here. So if I grab my little arrow, 2 tickers going on here, but I wanted them to sort of disappear into the edges of the overlay so that they weren't running around the whole overlay or clashing with the other elements which are visible in the playback on vertical. So wanted to do that, and the way I've done that again is to use a little bit of green screen as well. So if I come back down to an overlay that I have here and check it out as normal, then you'll see that there's a big green area in the center of the screen, the safe zone if you want. So that what we're looking at there is a single image covering the whole screen, but it's also got my text and things like that sitting over the top of it. So in fact, if I just drag that right to the very top, then you'll see what that looks like, and then I'm going to put it back to where it's meant to be. So I'll bring it up to the top here. You can see that that is the image that's covering everything. If I bring it back down the way again, then I am moving down in the overlays panel so that my text and my little YouTube logo show up for me. And if I then turn that one back to green screen, that's a blend mode green screen, everything suddenly comes back again. And because I have set my tickers below that particular area rather than above, what it's going to mean is the ticker is running in the green area, and as soon as it misses the green area or reaches the end of the green area, then that's it disappearing off the edge of the screen. So that's me starting to play about with a little bit of experimentation and creativity for how you can utilize this space. The orange bit down below, of course, that's where your comments will all be coming in and your closed captions and things like that. So there's all sorts of writing goes over there, and if you were in live YouTube mode, certainly there'll be tons of comments filling up in that area. So I'm going to have to play about with this. My general gut feeling is I think I'm going to be better off actually creating specific profiles with specific requirements. So a different one for LinkedIn, a different one for YouTube, a different one for watching back on Facebook, and maybe a different one for Facebook Live or YouTube Live. So just slightly different versions dependent on what you're going to be doing with the material, rather than trying to do this sort of one size fits all, which is what I'm attempting at the moment. So a little bit of creativity on day number 5, and I think that's it for today. Yep, that'll do. Oh, if you do want to watch us, we are actually on YouTube tonight, myself and Neil Ferrimond, and with special guest Chris Stone, who is a super king of podcasting and video podcasting and all things Amazon Live. So if you want to do that, then head over to the Stream Profiles YouTube channel at Stream Profiles. Come and watch us, drop in a few comments, and we won't be going vertical, not tonight, but perhaps another day. See you later. Cheerio from Edinburgh.